Hello everyone and welcome back to Sharded. It's been a while, but we are back. I am Andrew.
And I'm Mike, and today we're going to talk about Ascension Spoilers. We're super hyped.
Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 17 of Sharded. So yes, we've been graced with some spoilers for the new upcoming set, Booster Set 3 Ascension from Argent Saga, not Argent Saga,
Yeah,
it is Argent
correct.
Saga. Sorry about that. The release date, the street date is 3/26, that is March 26th, that is worldwide. There is a pre-release weekend happening the weekend before.
Correct.
I believe.
And it's a draft format
Yep.
release, so the LGSs that are taking part in it will be able to you'll be able to go in. I think it's 4 to 6 booster packs.
But there's a draft pack too.
Correct.
That comes with it,
Yeah.
right? So that'll help streamline it, I think. This is going to be very interesting to see how this goes down.
And we don't know the details yet of what's in the draft pack, so that'll be super cool.
I'm hoping we'll find out. I mean, there's probably going to be like 3 towers in there, I'm guessing, right?
So pretty cool. I'm excited they're going to start supporting the draft. I know they had mentioned that in set 4 was the official like fully draftable like set. That's what the discussion they're having. I think this will probably be just like here's a pre-release and a little extra support than we got last time, which was I like the draft. It was cool that they had us do it, but it was almost like do your own draft.
It was sealed.
It was sealed, right? Yeah. So this will be cool to have a limited format where there's actually a little bit of direction from Amicon or
formerly ARG.
Yeah, whatever. I don't really get used to that, but I like too that they appear to be building some sort of epic storyline with all of the champions and whatnot. And
but now there's like a maze and stuff, and I kind of lost track of something in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I've been kind of reading through a little bit as they release it. So I wonder if this is going to be like a full-fledged like conclusion at this. And then when they talk about set 4 being
we're ending the first trilogy. We're moving on to the prequels.
Right, yes, then we'll have some annoying characters. Yes, so I like that they're doing that though. I approve of the lore building.
Yeah, no, that's great. So March 26th, you can look for this. It's following all the same, as far as all the same formats. I mean, from a product standpoint, right? 24 packs per box. Right. Get your boxes. Lots of shinies in there, and as far as we know, all the rarities are the same as the previous set.
This set's slightly bigger than the last set?
The set, it says, is 113 card set.
Yeah, I think it was 100.
59 commons, 21 rares, and 13 super rares, 59 foil variant cards.
Interesting. I don't know if we've ever had that as a set number.
I'm not sure what that, but we will find out.
It's commons. It's the 59 full commons.
Oh, the 59. Oh, yeah, the 59 commons.
So that's good to know. There actually is... They have printed foils of every common, which helps me out.
And the 9 serial numbered cards, so there'll be 9 serial cards flying around.
Okay.
So that's cool. Yeah. So anyway, be looking for that. But in the meantime, Mike, why don't you take us away and kind of give us a little intro, and then we'll go right into our spoilers.
Okay. So ARG, like we talked about, they were nice enough to kind of reach out to us and let us spoil some of these cards, and we were given 3 of the cards of kind of varying colors, which is cool. They didn't all just give us like a single element or anything. Yeah. So we're super stoked. We got a little bit of everything too. I think we got a unit, and we got an Argent unit and a gear, I think. We're going to look at. Sure. Yeah. So, so what's our first?
All right. So the first one we have is the golden rose blade. Yeah. It is an augment gear, of course, for our light side, because I love the gear, right? So equip only to target knight unit, relevant for our rose knights.
Yes.
The equipped unit gets plus 500 and gains unblockable, which means that guardians cannot stop it.
Correct.
This is 2 drop. So what do we think about this?
I think it's really... I think it's very good. On top of it, not only is it good, I think they did a good job in limiting, saying you can only attach it to knights, so it will not be able. You won't be able to give it to Repro Bloom, which I think is kind of one of those common people that are going fast, right? They'll play Repro Bloom and attach gear to it. So that's a nice limiting factor on this. Is it has to go on a knight, so it's going to encourage some people to experiment with the actual knight archetype. And we've seen other cards too that spoiled that way.
And many of you may be looking at this and thinking that it's not very good, because I would agree with the 2 costs that it's not very good. But we also have this ability right here on the bottom that says whenever your opponent plays a spell, you may add this card from your discard zone to your hand.
Yeah. So recursion. Right? How cool is that?
Because you like to put gear in the drink.
Right.
And now you can get said gear out of the drink. Right.
And what I like about it is because your opponent, in general, is normally playing. Everyone plays spells, right, in Argent Saga. So, like, it really, just because they play a spell, it may not be the right time, and it really does let you kind of, they may play 5 spells throughout the game, so you have 5 different chances. So, I think that ability kind of puts this from a pretty good card to a good card.
Yep. And now you have targets playing against a light deck on what you need to expel.
Also, great artwork, by the way. Some of the artwork I've seen has been a little bit. I don't know if I'd call it a little less good than I've seen in the past sets, but this
you wouldn't be having this conversation if it wasn't.
But this particular sword is really amazing looking. So this is good. This is going to be great. I can't wait to get foil commons of this one.
Oh yeah. Although sometimes the darker colors don't show up as well, but hopefully that purple there on the back will. All right, next one is the Oracle of Leviathan. This is a 3-drop 1500 water unit mystic. This card cannot be targeted by spells while you have 2 or more face-up towers. That's interesting.
It is interesting.
Ruined, you may flip 2 of your towers face down. Now, do you want to throw out a clarification? Destroyed towers do not interact with card effects. Right? So if you have 5 destroyed towers and this card gets ruined, you don't suddenly have only 3 destroyed towers. Correct. That's not how this works, right? You are flipping down towers that have been revealed or flipped over in some other fashion.
It's the power is low for the cost of the card. 3-drop 1500 is low. I do like that it can't be targeted with spells. I've been playing a lot of red or fire units lately, and I'm a big fan of Dragonholt, the bull, the non-legendary, the non-legendary
the mystic chase, the chase.
Correct, yeah. So he comes in and does damage to the whole board if you reveal 2 dragons, right? And I've been playing with that for a couple months, and I guess I just either forgot about it, that he has another effect that you can't be targeted by, your dragons can't be targeted by spells that are equal to or less the number of dragons you control, which makes it really hard to deal with. And any card that can protect itself from a spell like that is muy bueno. So
yeah. So the one thing I'm not 100% clear on is a destroyed tower. Does it count as a face-up tower?
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
So because I assume that they don't, by the fact that you can't reflip them over, right? If you can't interact with them.
Yeah, because what we're saying then is there 3 is this tower in 3? Can a tower be in 3 states, which is face down, revealed, or destroyed? And if it is face up and destroyed,
does it still count as face up?
Are those 2 distinct states of being? We don't know.
I don't know the answer to that. Yeah. So I think that greatly matters on the strength of this card. Right. So we will have to see as that develops.
And we're assuming, we've been talking a little bit this week about like who cares that you can flip towers. We're assuming there's going to be some cards.
I don't believe, at least as of the time of recording this, that we've seen any.
Right.
But you have to assume that there's some effect there. Because there's also Maiden of Leviathan from the expansion pack.
Right.
That had to deal with how many face-up towers you have. You can draw a card, I think, if there's 2 revealed. Okay. So I would assume that in this next set, blue is getting something that allows them to pay additional costs or some additional effects for flipping stuff up.
Right. And this maybe
and then you
refresh
want to flip it back down,
right, so you can do it again.
Refresh,
so yeah, I don't love this card, but I think maybe it's because I don't have the full picture of how the card fits in.
Yeah,
again,
I
nice
agree.
Artwork.
And I think we need an answer on our face-up towers thing. For the first part. All right, so last one. Why don't you walk us through this one, Mike? So, you're excited about this one.
Big fan of this one because I'm playing a lot of...
And they drew you into the game.
So I'm a big fan of playing mono right now. Like right now, my current deck is playing Hoena and Luna, right? Discarding stuff. So the game has not done a good job of incentivizing you to play mono. There's not a huge advantage
except with fire. Fire's pretty well.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's some synergies right in there. So this is a 3-drop 1500. Again, a little underpowered, but at 1500 it pops every tower, right? Except for the bad towers. Veteran of the Gilded Hills. He is an Argent Warrior. And he has a really cool arrive effect. The arrive effect is if your champion and spirit are the same element, add target unit with that element from your discard zone to your hand. So for 3 cost, he comes in, provides a body and then he goes and gets any unit out of your discard
that matches. I mean, obviously, it matches.
If you're,
it doesn't. It could be a 8-cost unit if somehow your game made it past turn 6.
Yeah. So there are some real nasty stuff. Like if you deal with somebody's Juggernaut, and then like you get it off the board, and they play this guy, they could. If they're playing mono, they can just get it right. I mean, that's probably worst case scenario, right? But that's what I'm thinking. So, very cool. I think this. I honestly think this will probably see some play. I've got visions of Rudy in my mind.
Now, question: haven't we heard rumors that there will be Argent champions and spirits coming? Yeah. So then you could potentially pull any Argent card back with this guy. So this guy could actually recur himself.
Right, another copy. Right. Yeah. So
But that's all speculation.
I approve of this card wholeheartedly. I think it's very neat. I like what it does. I kind of like the arrive effect thing. I think it just kind of makes the game a little bit different.
Plus pulling back other guys that have impactful arrive effects. Mm-hmm. I mean, unfortunately, like if they do have the Argent champion and spirit, then you could actually pull back your visitor. That's scary.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting.
Anyway, but that may be down the road.
Yeah, and I think like being a dark player, the Golem of Devourment would be excellent because it's a 3. So this is a 3-drop. It's a 3-drop. So at turn 6, I actually could. If I've already done it to you, you've dealt with my unit, and then I do it again, like on your 1-cost guy. That's pretty impactful.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so moving on. So the big announcement that came earlier this week was, we had heard about Omega units for a while. They'd been promising it, I think, in one of the early releases, and everyone, I think, was assuming the Omega units would kind of be something similar to like the Hikari or Yami or whatever like that, where it depended on number of destroyed towers. But we finally got the answer this week. Can you explain to us what an Omega unit is?
Yeah, so we don't have.
And without the full
without the actual full rules breakdown. But in essence, what it is an Omega unit is a unit that is played over top of one or more units, depending on what the card says on it. So it cannot hit right now. It cannot hit the board unless it's covering up a specified type of unit.
Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. We'll look at not move on, but to that end, right? We'll go to Overgrown Sabertooth, just because I like my air units, right? So this is a 3/3000, which is obviously insane. But the Omega unit has to be placed on one of your air units, so you have to munch another unit, right? So in this case, it's essentially I hesitate to use the word evolution, right? Because that implies of a specific chain, right? Put A into B into C. But this guy essentially overwrites, evolves, whatever your other units on the table. This guy in particular actually has Unblockable. It's really good. Yeah. And Ruin is recover up to 2 of your lands.
Yeah. That, again,
may or may not be useful, actually. Don't get me wrong. Having it is always great, but...
Yeah. I haven't been able to play enough air because air has another effect. It doesn't have another.
Well, theirs is usually if you bounce 2 units, amazing things happen, and it's really hard to do that. Right?
Okay, so this gives you another way to kind of get some more stuff to play some more stuff. When we're thinking about the Omega costs, because 3 for 3,000 sounds ridiculous, like you said, right? So at the bare minimum,
he's 4.
Yeah, I suppose you could play him over like the 0 cost. What's the experiment guy that you used to like?
Well, but it has to be an air unit in this case.
Oh, it does. Yeah. So there's no 0 cost air units right now. So it's at the most basic, it's going to cost at least 4 shards. But it's going to be cool to be able to play over top of like a unit that a weenie unit that has a cool ability like the Skytree recruit is the one that the Skytree recruit comes in, digs for himself. You play him, he digs for himself. Yeah,
right? That seems really good. Yes, really good into the Overgrown Sabertooth.
Yeah, I think that's a very cool ability. Like actually, when we get to the other ones, there's other interactions, but yeah, so you're getting a really cool ability. And then another interesting part about the Omega units is that the unit actually is underneath it,
meaning it's included as part of that unit. Right?
Correct. It's not in the discard. It's not actually it's not technically in play. If for some reason it's removed from underneath it, it does not receive any ruined effects that it might have otherwise, unless it specifically states when it enters the discard pile.
So the unit, for all intents and purposes, becomes the new unit, right? And the Omega unit takes the state of, right? So it can actually attack the turn it comes into play.
Right, correct.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's baller.
That's really good. So, all right, so we have another one. We have the Void Fire Elemental. Obviously, that sounds awful fiery, right?
Yeah.
Which it is. So this is a 4 3500. I do not think that's as good as a 3 3000,
right.
but it's still pretty good. Omega, place on one of your fire units. Then the arrive effect is destroy any number of target units your opponent controls whose combined power is 3000 or less.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa.
super strong.
It is target units, though,
right,
so they have to be targeted, but it's still pretty good.
You're talking, well, in Fire has been, at least in my playing the last few months, has excelled at board wipes, right? That is what it does. Like, everything is just like napalm the board. So there's another, obviously, play into that. So you, technically, if I was playing this way, I could override this it's my turn, right? You pass to me, I play him, nuke your board, and then immediately attack with him.
Right.
Which is awful. That's super tough. And the Sabertooth, too. That honestly is the Sabertooth, because it can't be even blocked, right? So if I'm at no towers up, and you have this guy in your hand, the game is over unless I can bounce him or somehow.
Yeah, I mean, these are literal. It's not just like a new mechanic. Like, this is a literally game-changing mechanic.
Right. And I mean, Omega's the end, right? So they're boss monsters.
Fair enough. What
else you got for me?
All right. So instead of going through everything, I just snapshotted. Obviously, we're working on a laptop, so we keep looking over there, right? But I just snapshotted a couple of cards that have been spoiled thus far that I think are impactful. We can also pick out. You can speak up as we go through.
Sure.
But the Defender of Rana, 2 1500 Guardian. So there's a lot of text here. Discard this card from your hand. Destroy target unit you control, and if you do this turn, Rao units you get Rao units cost you 2 less to play.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Yes, it is.
At the start of your draw phase, if this card is in your discard zone because of its own ability, you may put this card into play. Okay, so let's just walk through this.
It's a lot to unpack there.
So I discard this unit, and I sack another unit.
May I sacrifice my Riona, the Fire Princess?
You may.
Okay, sweet. Okay, awesome.
You may,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right? So you kill that. Now everything else costs 2 less to play. I don't know. You're playing Fire. You probably don't have a ton of other stuff.
Well, the Phoenix then comes in and nukes my opponent's board, right?
And then, next turn, guess what you do? You play the Defender.
Correct. Yeah. Beautiful. It is. This card is...
This is everything Fire's needed right now.
This card is bonkers. Like, I don't even know what they were thinking. Like, this is going to be one of those, like, you're going to play this and your opponent's going to be like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't work like that.
Yes, it does.
Like that, yeah.
Yes,
but it does.
Yeah.
All right, before we go to the other two, let's go to Assault of Ashes. I just thought this one was really good. 1, Instacast. Choose one. If you control 3 or more fire units, you may choose both.
Yeah.
Deal 500 target unit. Destroy target damaged unit. I really like the destroy target damaged unit.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Right? It's like, I'm going to throw my minion up. I'll just guardian it. No problem.
Right.
Boom.
Good. Yeah.
The next two, the first one is Juby. Let's go with it. Juby.
Sure.
King of the Magi Maze, right? So we're seeing this whole Magi Maze thing. We haven't actually seen the Magi Maze yet, right? Card yet?
No, I don't believe that we have.
So if you control the Great Magi Maze, this card costs 2 less to play. Disclaimer, we have not seen it as of the time we were shooting this game.
Totally.
If you control the Great Magi Maze, this card costs 2 less to play. Okay, so he costs 3 for 2,500. Arrive, you may put a maze counter on target the Great Magi Maze. And if you do, search your deck for a Magi Maze unit with cost 4 or less and put it into play.
Right. That seems pretty good. I wonder how much this Magi Maze is going to cost. Like,
yeah, I don't know. But, I'm actually betting it's going to be like a 0 or something, and like as it gains count. I mean, that's clearly the thing. You're putting counters on it for some win condition, right?
Right.
So if it can't be like cost 10, put 3 counters on it, win the game or something. I mean, I guess it could be.
I wonder if it's going to cost 2 to kind of balance the discount it gives to this card. Do you think that's a possibility?
I don't know. It's just
it has to be real good for it to cost.
Granted, the game is going to change a lot, as it always does with the new expansion. But at least in the current environment, if you spend a turn dropping something that you're just going to have to interact with and put counters on later, you're not going to make it through.
Yeah, the game will be over before you get a chance to do anything.
I think it's got to be cheap.
I would say, right? Or it's going to be bad. right? That's the
well, but it's a win condition, so it's an alternate win condition is our understanding of it, right? And apparently you put enough counters on it and win the game, right? I don't know.
And we don't know, but yeah, that'd be cool.
Fly around the Death Star, get in the trench and blow it up. I don't know.
Right? Yeah.
Right. And then we have Maiden of the Maze Soraya. Arrive, choose one. Add the Great Magi Maze from your deck or discard zone to your hand. That seems pretty good if that is your win condition. Remove a maze counter from target the Great Magi Maze. Oh, okay, we're doing a Magi Maze off. A maze off.
I like how they're not even barely trying to not rip off Labyrinth. Like, this is straight up, like, Sarah is the girl's name in I'm an 80s kid, so.
That's fine.
Very cool. I expect some trolls and maybe the bog and some.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we can really speculate on it. We'll do that cast. It'll be #amazing.
Right.
Sorry. All right. So the next, actually, let's just do one more. We'll get out of here. Let's do Mayu, Corrupted by Power. Oh, yeah. She's a 6-drop for 3,500 Argent. But what's important here and why I wanted to do her is she's a unit Silver General, right? So this is a new type of unit that we're seeing.
Oh, yeah.
This fits in with the Silver Generals play off with each other. So arrive, you may discard a Silver General unit from your hand. If you do, return target unit to the top of its owner's deck. Okay. Whenever this card is discarded, you may pay 4. If you do, return target unit to the top of its owner's deck. Right, so again, it's one of those interactions where it's almost like you wish you were doing it to itself, right? When this card is discarded, but pay 4, I don't know.
Yeah, it seems.
It seems a little pricey,
right?
But I just wanted to. Again, it's just a rare, so it's probably not that great to begin with. But I don't know. I just wanted to point out because Silver General, I think it's definitely a theme that we're seeing.
There was a Silver General unit that was a promo given out at the Vegas. In fact, I saw Derek.
Wasn't it the reincarnation of what's her face?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, but it was cool looking. She had the sword. She was doing this with the sword, and they had the playmat. So yeah, I definitely.
It's one of the. Isn't it like an air girl that switched sides or became because isn't the whole thing is that the Maytal guy, the big thing is coming back and corrupting all the good people.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it was actually Ella.
Oh,
it is Ella, right?
Man, what a wow! All right.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so instead of just going through the whole set, we're just going to move on, but because I'm sure most of you left already after you saw the spoilers,
right?
Which is completely fair. So, so anything else you want to add? Otherwise we'll just close this, get out of here, and we'll come back once we actually get the maze.
Yeah. No, I am extremely excited about the direction the game is going. I think that now that we have kind of settled into the set 2 cards and then also the expansion. I'm surprised that we're still finding different ways to play. It's been a while.
Even though it does feel limited from a color standpoint, but
correct. But there's different ways to play those colors now.
Right.
But yeah, it's still darkest still feels the strongest, right? Overall, and green air feels a little bit like the weakest.
We've already seen some cards from the next set that seem to continue to feed dark.
Right. So, but I have been impressed that this set's been out since November. I want to say it's
probably about right.
Yeah, and we're still kind of finding some interesting ways to build our deck. So that's a testament to the design of the game. I'm hoping the sets aren't all 5 months between. I think that maybe is a little too long to go.
Well, but they have been filling them with the expansions, which they're not going to do anymore. So maybe they'll close that gap.
So again, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I'm impressed. I'm excited about the new set. I'm excited to see what they're going to do next. So
okay, awesome. So, again, if you like what we're doing here and you want to get on board with the Argent Saga community, again, we are still trying to grow that. We do have gameplays go up when I decide to stick around for tournaments. So those do pop up from time to time, and our community is really getting pretty good, I think. So
yeah, we had 8 people. You weren't even there, and we had 2 people who normally play who were playing something else. And we had 8 people for our local, which was pretty fan. That's regional size level for some places. So I'm pretty excited about it. So if you like what we're doing, please like and subscribe. We'd love to you to keep watching what we're doing. So.
Yeah, and we want to hear from you, right? Leave in the comments and let us know what's going on, and I don't know, talk to us. So if nothing else, go Commando.
Go Commando.
In partnership with We Tabletop, the event directory for tabletop gamers.